Back to Reaper's Candle, and I'm currently in Ireland, so today's reading is going to be a little bit short. We are going to be doing a love reading today, and let's see what the question should be. Maybe we should see, where are you currently in your love life, and where are you going? So we'll do that. And these are your piles, so take some time to meditate and ground yourself and really get in tune with your instinct. Again, you can use that 10-minute chakra from before, or you can just take some deep breaths so that until you feel a tingly feeling all over your body and you are aware of your physical self all the way from your head to the ends of your fingertips and toes. So here are the piles. Just pick whichever one you feel most resonating with or drawn to. Okay, so pile 1, you guys picked the Mystical Manga Tarot, which is actually the High Priestess shown on here. So just as like a personality or general reading, for your love life, I think you guys are very analytical of people, and you guys don't let in people very quickly. You analyze them first and observe them for a little while before you end up actually letting them into your life. And I'm sensing that you guys are reserved and perhaps quiet lot in the view of others, but when you are comfortable with someone, you guys can talk and have fun and laugh a lot. I think with this pointing finger, again, there's that whole concept of kind of like letting other people know that you're not interested and just saying, keep it moving, buddy. And with this little hand that's holding the quill and is slightly hidden, I feel like you guys may make a list of like pros and cons and every single thing that other people do, and how you, and there will also be like a transliteration of those actions and what you derive from it as anecdotal evidence for it. I think you guys might have very colorful interests and very high standards in terms of your thought process, and how you think yourself is very on an intellectually high level. So I think that may be the reason why you expect certain people to, or not expect certain people, but rather analyze certain people more because you have that intellectual side to you. So I asked the question, where are you guys currently in your love life? And the cards above are what came out in the draw, and they came out together face down. And then this is your overall energy. So there's swords and wands. So it's a lot of thoughtful energy, as well as slightly some of this defensive and active energy. So just overall, we've got the 5 of Wands, and I'm focusing in on these hands right here, and you can see like he's holding some wands, but there are other hands that are passing more wands to him. And I think what's happening is that the experiences that you've been through are actually forcing you to be more on the defensive and to think a lot more. And they may be clouding a little bit of your judgment in terms of your love life. What else? And you can see like these wands over here are crossing, so these thoughts are definitely blocking you from letting people in. Then you've got your Ace of Swords and your Knight of Wands together. The Ace of Swords is giving me a very noble and defensive energy. So you're being defensive, but it's all with good intention and more to be careful rather than being judgmental towards other people. And just with this person's eyes closed and right behind the peak of the sword, it definitely shows me that you're focusing a lot on actually defending yourself and keeping yourself protected. And then with this Knight of Wands energy, I'm focusing in on the horse, which kind of feels like it's silently observing and watching. And then it's in front of this Knight of Wands, which seems to be smiling, but at the same time also looking and gathering more information, but in a more lighthearted manner as compared to this horse. So it's almost like your defensive or silent observation is kind of protecting this more lighthearted interest in other people's actions. So, and that also kind of describes how your energy is in terms of approaching people. Like, you tend to be protective on the outside or seem very defensive and quiet and reserved on the outside, but on the inside, once you get to know people, you actually are amused by their actions and are happy because of the things that they do, and you find them cute. So where are you currently in your love life with all this stuff? I think you may be stuck in your love life just because of all of this defensive energy. You seem to be protecting yourself and analyzing every single person that you come across to decide whether you let them into your life or not. So these are the cards for the future of your love life, and you got the Lovers in overall, and then the High Priestess, which was on the box that you picked as your detailed card, your actual reading card. So in the overall card, where are you heading, or what is the future of your love life? I think you may have a chance to actually fall in love, and I'm not seeing a clear answer of whether you choose it or not, but definitely there is like a very strong moment where you will fall in love. It may be at love at first sight because of all these Cupid arrows and this angel and this red string or ribbon of fate. You may feel instinctually drawn to the person. I'm actually seeing a girl falling in love with another girl, more than a girl falling in love with another guy. But I mean, take it how it resonates. The main thing is that you'll fall in love at or maybe not fall in love, but you'll definitely feel like there's an attraction or magnetism caused by true love towards a person that you will meet spontaneously. I'm seeing that you may be sitting at like a bar or restaurant, and they may walk in and you may look that way while drinking at the same time, and that's when you get shocked into thinking, oh, this may be it. This is it. So yeah, there will be an opportunity, but because I'm focusing kind of on this crossed arms angel, it almost feels like it's stopping the arrows rather than throwing them at these people, and grabbing these arrows and keeping them away from these people. So you may actually prevent yourself from falling in love, or prevent yourself from following through with this opportunity. And that's not a very good decision to make, because this is like once in a lifetime type of opportunity, and you may not get this opportunity again, or if you do, it'll be later on in life when you're quite older, like I'm seeing like 40s or 50s, and that kind of matches with this 5 and this 1, which is like 51. With this details, the High Priestess, what is the future of your love life? I can see it's going to be very clouded. So again, it's that entire idea of you're still in that judgmental or like reserved type of feeling, but I'm seeing again, like in the eyes, it seems more of like hurt reservedness or innocent reservedness, rather than from an actual decision to be reserved. I can also see there's a veil behind her, so that may mean that you yourself are also hiding. You may be trying to hide yourself from the opportunity that is given to you. So yeah. And then again, with these roses in the background, definitely there's an opportunity that will be blooming, but because they're sideways and you can't really see them forward, it may be that you are kind of rejecting this opportunity, or just like maybe not taking part in the opportunity that's presented to you. And in the long term, that's going to be bad, because then you'll have to be really patient and to actually receive the opportunity again. Okay, so pile 1, that was your reading for today. I apologize if it was short, but I am traveling, so I'm trying to just upload it, record a video that is small enough to upload quickly for you guys. So thank you for joining us today on Reaper's Candle, and I hope you guys enjoyed the reading and it resonated well. And do leave a comment in the comment section below if it resonated. Hit the like button if you like this video and would like more similar to this topic. And if you guys have any ideas that or specific questions that you want answered, please do make sure to leave them in the comment box below. Yeah, thank you, and I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful week. Okay, so pile 2, you guys picked this box which shows the Empress. And in terms of your love life, it might be that you're in more of like a dreamer type of state, or maybe being too lazy towards your love life. And it almost seems like you're just dreaming like the ideal love story or fairy tale, but you're waiting for it to happen and not taking any action to actually move towards it. It also feels like your idea of your love life is kind of grounded in your dreams and your thoughts, rather than actually being present in your physical reality. With the hands kind of just resting here on the ball over here, it feels like you're not doing anything to actually progress your love life, but you may be starting to change your thoughts or your approach to how you proceed on your love life. And then as well, you may be perhaps trying to reach out a little bit more into the external world. With this rose in the background, definitely again there's that sense of blooming or growing into a very unique person. So it may also be that you have a dream in terms of your love life, but you're not following through with it because you haven't developed thus far. So perhaps you're trying to maybe decide what are the things that you want from yourself and your personality, and so you want that to be developed first before you can actually take any action towards your love life. And because you are blooming right now, I think that is why we can see you that you're a little bit lazy, but you're still kind of trying to reach out to the outside world. Okay, pile 2. So this is what came out in what is currently happening in your love life. You've got the Fool, the Eight of Swords, and then these 3 cards came out with each other. And the Queen of Cups is your overall energy. So in terms of your overall energy, what is currently happening in your love life? I can see your hands may be currently tied back because of these shackles or these wrist ties or whatever. And it almost seems that you're stuck in a tower of some sort. Because this is a Queen of Cups, so this may be an emotional tower. Created by your own thoughts. So similar to pile 1, it's your thoughts that are kind of keeping you held back, but these are more emotional thoughts rather than the physical or action related thoughts. I can see you guys are maybe contemplating how you guys feel towards certain things and thinking about maybe what types of things you like and what types of things make you happy. I think you guys may be reflecting on the past to kind of establish what you need emotionally to be satisfied in a relationship and in your love life. So definitely I think you guys are learning to become more in tune with your emotions, as the Queen of Cups suggests. And yeah, with the tree branch over here, although it hasn't bloomed or bared any fruit yet, there's definitely growth here in terms of emotions. Up here, we've got the Sun, the Hermit, and the Hanged Man. So the Hermit and the Hanged Man came out in reverse, but I'm taking them upright, just as the Fool and the Eight of Swords also came out in reverse, but again, I'm taking them upright. So, pile 2, what is currently happening in your love life? I'm focusing in on the Hermit and how she is kind of holding a guiding light and looking at that. And with the pink color, it kind of reminds me of passion and love. And I think you, again, there's that whole idea of reflecting, and I think you're being guided by the things that make you happy. And there's a lot of like flowing wind motion in here, like over here in the Hermit, and then in the Sun over here, and then also in the Queen of Cups, there's a lot of flowing curved wind motion, and even in the Fool a little bit, you can see that. And definitely that shows that I think you guys are learning to go more with the flow, and that flow is actually guiding you to understand what makes you happy in terms of love. And maybe not even just in terms of love, just in general, what makes you happy and what you're passionate about. And with these glowing eyes, what it looks like, it definitely seems that you're focused on learning that. Yeah, and I think even if it looks dangerous, I think as long as it makes you happy, I think that's what you're really focused on. With the Sun, we have her looking upwards, and the Sun signifies strength and leadership, and like in terms of dreams coming true, and positive energy. So again, I think you guys are looking for some sort of positive guidance in the way that you should go, and that's confirmed by how you feel, whether you feel confident and in control, and like you are resonating with the activity that you are doing, or with the person that you're with. And then the Hangman usually feels like, usually represents being stuck or not moving forward, but I'm focusing more on the pillars here, and it seems like you have a lot of lofty ambitions, or a lot of not high standards, but a lot of big dreams, I would say. And I think you are actually trying to fill those big dreams with things that make you happy. So, like, it almost looks like she's dropping the roses after she's collected them from above into this big, huge room. And she's dropping roses, which are what the Sun is carrying. And is over here in the Eight of Swords, is blooming out of her dress. So I think you are collecting the things that make you happy right now, and using the things that make you happy as guidance to decide what will be better in terms of love for you. The Fool is, again, the beginning of a journey and really not taking any heed in terms of whether the activity is dangerous or not, but really just focusing on what makes you happy and blindly following your instinct. And she's looking away, but it almost feels like she's looking at us. And she's painting the flowers with rose paint. So it's the idea that she is painting her own destiny and deciding, like, creating her love life by deciding what colors it should be in, or what way it should be formed. And then with the Eight of Swords, it's a very dreamy energy, and you're waiting and for this rose to bloom and for the feeling of happiness to occur, so that you can be so that you get some affirmation or confirmation that this is the right path. So yeah. Okay, so pile 2, this is the spread for what is the future of your love life. So you've got a lot of wand energy, some sword energy, and you've got the wheel and then the Queen of Pentacles. And the wheel and the Queen of Pentacles are just giving me, the Queen of Pentacles is your overall card, and they're both giving me the vibe of that the decision that you make in terms of your love life is all in your hands. You're forming your own fate, and that kind of matches the current love life that you have, where you're painting the roses and the things that make you happy, and painting your idea of your ideal love life. So with this key in her hand and with the ball of red string and fate in her hands, definitely there's a feeling that it's all in your control. With the overall card of Queen of Pentacles, it's this entire idea again that the physical reality is in your control, and you hold the key to who and when and what unlocks your heart. I'm saying you may be defensive towards some people and like very blunt and reserved, and then towards other people you may be a little bit more open, because your hands aren't completely crossed. And the people that you are open with, you're not completely open with, because you can see that she has like kind of like a loose hold on the key. So it's not like you're letting them in completely, but you may be maybe gauging them to see whether you should hold the key properly and let them in. With the roots at the bottom here, it almost feels like you may be attracting a lot of suitors and people in the future. And it might be because of this decisive energy where you kind of choose who to let in and who not to let in. And I think that's an attractive feature for people, because it shows that you know who you are and what you like and what you don't like. It doesn't come off as a people pleaser or as a third type of energy. It comes off as very serious and committed energy. Then with the Seven of Swords in reverse and Nine of Wands, I can definitely feel that with these two cards together, you will have a lot of choices to make, but I don't think you're going to be overthinking them or getting stressed out by them because of the swords in reverse. And because swords has to do with action as well, it may be, again, with like her arms are open, but because of reverse, I'm going to take it as like you are more reserved and your arms would be more closed towards people. And because swords has to do with action, that would be that you may not proceed with certain opportunities or certain offers quite openly. And with the Nine of Wands, very piercing and kind of side eye look, definitely it has the vibe of deciding that this person is not right, or this person is doesn't match my energy or my beliefs or values, so I'm not going to interact with them, and I'm going to leave them onto the side. And with the glowing orb on the wand, definitely there's an idea of focused energy and focusing your intents on this dream in the background that you're kind of hiding, and not letting everyone know about it, because you want to figure out whether the person is right or not based on what they do and how your relationship proceeds. Then you've got the Page of Swords, the Five of Wands, Ace of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the Wheel at the end. So just over here with the Page of Swords, it's again the piercing look and looking at people straightforwardly and being very blunt about who you like and who you don't. And if you don't like someone, I don't think you continue that relationship. And if you do like someone, you may still not have such a strong relationship because of her closed hands, and still kind of holding on to this invisible border of green, or the heart chakra type of border. But because it's disappearing slowly, it definitely means that you will open up your heart slowly. So again, it's this idea of like going through a whole gauging process. And again, she's guarding this yellow lit up background environment or thing, which is her ideal love life, or all the positivity that she has to offer. And with the Five of Wands, this is again decisive energy, and with this lady over here just kind of sitting there waiting and deciding and thinking, but in a more calm state rather than overthinking and stressing about it. Definitely feels you're very in control of your thoughts, and your thoughts are changing as the relationship progresses. With this person tipping up their top hat, it almost feels like other people may be hiding certain things from you, and that may be the reason why you're kind of gauging the relationship, rather than just jumping into it straight once you decide that this person is worth letting in. With this Ace of Cups energy, you are definitely overflowing with emotions, but because of this hand over here, you are definitely, again, guarding them and in control of them. You don't let everyone in, even though you are very attractive and charming and magnetic. And with this marking on her face, it almost feels like you may be dressing yourself up or putting on a certain image to perhaps attract people, but or the way that you dress or look attracts people. And no, I think it's because of you are purposely dressing up or making yourself in some way stand out from the crowd, so you can attract you can attract as many people as you can to kind of create a larger pool of suitors, but you only let specific ones in. With the Queen of Wands energy, we're definitely opening up in terms of the decision that we are making. And again, there is that yellow piece that she is hiding, and she's wearing like a bluish green or like a greenish white type of dress. So again, it's to do with the heart chakra, and we can see there's two whites in these cards. So there's that pure intention that you have of being in a committed and loving, true, full relationship that resonates with you and the other person. And again, there's this idea of presenting yourself in a light with all these flowers around you, these rose flowers, as a dime piece or as a very attractive proposal. And but you're still being very protective with these wide wingspan type of curtain veil that you're using to hide your true positivity and everything that you have to offer. And moving on to the wheel, again, there's that entire idea of fate, and moving with the Queen of Wands energy, you are definitely observing everything that comes your way in terms of fate, like this girl is. I'm not seeing much of this stressful type of looking. It's more of the second one, where she's kind of analyzing and critiquing and looking at everything in detail to make sure that it is the right one that she wants to choose and grab. Okay, pile 2, thank you for joining us today, and I hope the reading resonated well with you guys. If it did, please hit the like button, and if you guys want to see specific questions being answered or this similar topic, please do leave it in the comment box below. Thank you, and have a lovely and blessed week. Okay, pile 3, welcome to your reading, and today we're looking at where are you currently in your love life, and where will you be in the future. So you guys picked the Darkwood Tarot box, and this is the representation of the Hermit. So in terms of your personality towards love life, I think you guys can be very skeptical on the inside, but on the outside you may show more positivity towards it, and your actions may show that you are actively participating or looking for a certain person and trying to be more active in terms of handling your love life and controlling it. But on the inside, you are quite skeptical of the true love idea and the concept of love. I think you look at it in a very business-like way, and you tend to hide that with all the facade that's going on around you, as you can see with her red cloak. Yeah. And today I learned that in Irish culture, that red means, or European culture, that red signifies the color of a more loose woman, to put it politely. But I think that's the facade that you guys are kind of pulling, that you guys are this very like flirty and confident and loving and bubbly person that really believes in like this ideal fairy tale story type of love. But in actuality, you are quite the opposite. You are the wolf instead of Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, welcome pile 3 to today's reading, where we are looking at what is happening currently in your love life and what will be happening in the future. This is your overall card, the Ace of Pentacles, and then you've got the Seven of Wands and the Fool together, Wheel of Fortune and Queen of Wands together, the Hermit, which is a card that is shown on the box that you guys picked over here, and then you've got Knight of Wands and Moon, and then Queen of Swords. So overall, we can see that in terms of where you are currently in your love life, I think definitely the door to your love life is open, but I don't think you guys are taking it because you want to be in control of your money and your life, and that includes your love life as well. So even the person that you fall in love with, you want to have a certain equality or independence when you are in that relationship. And yeah, so you know the pathway is clear and you know where to go, but you just don't want to go there yet. You're still stuck in the garden and you're enjoying yourself there. With the Seven of Wands and the Fool, it almost seems like you may be scared to of the possibility that your partner may have flaws, or that your love life may end up in like that your love life won't be like perfect, in the sense that you may get into arguments once in a while, and that's perfectly normal for relationships, but I don't think you want to you don't want a relationship or lifestyle where you are even getting into a minor argument. And I think you are scared that the flaws of that other person that you fall in love with may be too much to handle, and you don't want to deal with that. Yeah. And then with the Fool energy right next to the Seven of Wands, it's just affirming that idea that you want to be free, and you kind of want to lead the relationship, as this flower kind of looks like it's luring the fox. But that might not be safe, because you leading the relationship could possibly lead to these arguments, or you trying to be in the control of the relationship and trying to be independent even though you're in a relationship, like being too independent, may lead to some of these arguments happening, and that'll scare you out of the relationship. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Wands together, I'm kind of focusing in on this red demon over here, which kind of looks like it's relaxing on the wheel and trying to reverse it almost, or move it forward. So I think you guys currently are just either moving from relationship to relationship, or you maybe meet a lot of different people and maybe have a connection with a lot of different people in a clique that may, again, like lead to a prosperous love life. But I think you leave it as quickly as you get in. And with this Queen of Wands energy, it's again the idea of not losing your independence and knowing what you want and being in control of the relationship. So I think that may be the reason why you leave so quickly, because as soon as you see even a single red flag or something that goes against what you want in a relationship, or something that may be a hint to something that could possibly be somewhat of a bigger flaw in the future or lead to more arguments in the future, you leave the relationship very quickly. And if you can't leave very quickly, I'm seeing that you may get into a lot of arguments over this tiny flaw. And then you've got the Hermit. So again, with that skeptical energy and that judging energy, even though you are holding a light to guide people towards you, you're at the same time very quick to judge them and kind of create mental notes in your head and foretell the future in terms of what you think will happen if these things keep on, if this relationship happens, what the possible future could be. And you think of all this stuff in your head, even if it's right or wrong. It's almost like fairy dust or magic that you're casting on yourself to prevent any type of relationship from forming. And with the Knight of Wands and the Moon, again, this fast-moving energy of like, let's just get out of here, you know? Like, I've taken the control of the situation and I'm leaving now. And with the Moon, it's almost like you're enjoying being yourself and being independent and doing your own thing. And that is, again, confirming the idea that you leave a relationship very quickly because you want to move towards your own independence and be free. And then with the Queen of Swords energy is like this very relaxed action taker. So you take actions very quickly too. So you've got the Queen of Wands and you've got the Queen of Swords right underneath each other. So again, as soon as you decide that this is not what I want, you take the action to let the butterfly or the opportunity go. And you're very calm about it. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next part of the reading. Okay, pile 3. So this is the future of your love life. You got the overall card as Page of Pentacles, and then the King of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and Four of Wands. So in all of these, I sense a sort of like a harm to yourself, or protecting the good that you can offer and the abundance that you could possibly have. With the King of Pentacles, you're very this loose holding of the cucumber or whatever this is, the lotus root. It seems like you're very you're detached from your physical reality, and nothing really affects you that much. And the things that you like, even those things, you just kind of attach. You are only active until the point that you feel comfortable that there won't be any long-term relationship being formed here. And from the outside, you may, again, be wearing these boots that look like you are long-term relation, like very grounded and very loyal and worthy. And you may be loyal and worthy, but you're definitely not grounded in terms of your love life. You're giving off a facade that you are interested in a love life, and you're interested in falling in love, but you're obviously not. And even with these grapevines, grapes are often used for like the rich, right? So it would be kind of like a status symbol for a lot of people during history and in different cultures, especially in Europe. But these grapes showing up near these wooden boots kind of shows me that your status and your personal status is more important to you than the facade that you are kind of showing. So it's definitely this idea of holding your own personal self more important than having a relationship. And then with Three of Swords, first of all, this heart is being pierced by the swords, so it's like your actions are doing damage to your own heart, even though but the heart, it feels like it's not beating and it doesn't feel any pain, but there's still blood coming out, and if you look closely, it's actually black blood. So it definitely shows that your heart is kind of maybe closed off or corrupted in some sense in terms of love, and the actions that you're taking to kind of protect your independence and to be your own person, even inside of a relationship, is actually hurting you in the long term and in the short term. And then with this spider over here and the spider web in the background, there's again this idea of kind of building this protective layer that's really just corrupting your soul and your perspective and your innocence towards love and your emotions. And then with this Four of Wands, you can see that this creature is protecting this fire. So again, this idea, but it's like smoking, right? So it could be dying very soon. It's again the idea that there is definitely a spark inside of you and definitely love inside of you to share, but because of you being so skeptical and so like a golem basically, right, or like a troll, like very detached and very mean and crude towards love, you are basically protecting that fire inside of you. And the thing is that it's actually dying and extinguishing pretty quickly, because this perspective that you are taking on love is actually starting to take over that passion and that love that you actually do have still. And with the Page of Pentacles, again, this very amused sort of reflection on your life. But because it's a page, it definitely means that it is kind of like you're in a very immature sense of thinking towards your love life and the physical reality of your love life. And we can see that you're holding the lotus fruit or the pentacle and being amused by the reality that you have created and you can control, but at the same time the image that you're portraying on the outside and this like hard exterior and interior of the heart that you have is actually taking over your body and the softness of yourself and emotions. So that is your reading for today, pile 3, and I hope it resonated well with you. A lot of these messages weren't very like happy messages, but I hope you guys can learn something from them, and I hope they do resonate. If they don't, please do let me know in the comment box below, and if it did resonate, please hit the like button. If you guys have any specific questions or ideas, or would like me to make similar topic videos like this one, please do leave a comment in the comment box below. Thank you, and I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful week.